The overwhelming destructive power of the Stormbird did not go unanswered for long, as the Allied High Command quickly realized that their entire strategic bombing campaign, which had cost thousands of crew members their lives, was in mortal danger of being brought to a grinding halt by a handful of revolutionary German jets. This realization sparked an immediate, frantic evolution in Allied countertactics, shifting the role of escort fighters from passive guardians into aggressive, predatory hunters. Legendary American fighter groups, equipped with the latest long-range P-51 Mustangs and heavy P-47 Thunderbolts, were unleashed from their rigid bomber protection formations and ordered to actively sweep the airspace far ahead of the main bomber streams, hunting down the Me-262 wherever it dared to show its face. The Allied pilots quickly learned that trying to engage the jet in a traditional high-speed dogfight was an exercise in futility, for if a jet pilot chose to simply push his throttles forward, he could effortlessly leave the fastest piston-engine planes in the world completely frozen in midair.
To defeat an enemy they could not catch in a straight race, the Allied aviators began to rely on raw tactical cunning, focusing their immense numerical superiority on the moments when the Me-262 was stripped of its speed advantage and transformed into a sluggish, vulnerable target. The British Royal Air Force, utilizing the exceptional low-altitude performance of the Napier Sabre-powered Hawker Tempest, pioneered a highly coordinated system of constant airfield blockades that came to be known as the rat-catching patrols. Flight after flight of Tempests and Mustangs would linger in the clouds directly over known jet bases like Rhine and Hopston, maintaining a silent, watchful vigil over the concrete runways below. The moment a twin-engine jet silhouette appeared on the horizon, executing its wide, sweeping, and agonizingly slow landing approach, the Allied fighters would dive out of the sun like falcons, utilizing the kinetic energy of their descent to close the gap before the German pilot could even react. This predatory strategy turned the airspace around the jet bases into a terrifying, claustrophobic gauntlet, where German ground crews had to construct massive rings of heavy flak installations just to keep the Allied hunters at bay while their jets were trying to land. If an Me-262 pilot spotted a Mustang on his tail during his final approach, he faced a horrific dilemma. If he slammed the throttles forward to abort the landing, his unrefined Jumo 004 engines would likely suffer a catastrophic thermal explosion. But if he maintained his landing speed, he would be systematically torn to pieces by a hail of 50 caliber machine gun fire. Even when the jets were safely parked on the ground, they found no refuge, as Allied fighter bombers relentlessly strafed the hidden hangars, taxicabs, and fuel depots, ensuring that for every Stormbird the Allies shot down in the clouds, they destroyed 3 more on the ground, winning the war not through technological superiority, but through the sheer, unyielding weight of numbers and the relentless exploitation of their enemy's fundamental vulnerabilities.